Ever wondered if a single workout can predict your marathon time? Well, let's find out and dive into the Yasso 800s to see what all the hype is about. I'm currently training for a sub 3-hour marathon in just over 4 weeks' time, so I'm personally quite excited to give this a go. In this video, we'll explore the origins, methodology, benefits, and critiques of the Yasso 800s workout. So let's break things down as I work through a 2-mile warm-up. Bart Yasso, known as the mayor of running, was the chief running officer at Runner's World and introduced this workout as a simple yet effective training tool. The Yasso 800s are in theory meant to predict your marathon time. How, you ask? Well, by taking your average time from 10 by 800 meter repeats with equal recovery between sets, and then using this average to determine your marathon time. For example, if you hit 10 by 800 meters at 3 minutes per rep with 3 minutes recovery between efforts, then the logic says, in theory, that you should be able to run a 3-hour marathon. I have my own opinions on how useful this session might be as a race predictor, but I'll save those until I've experienced this for myself. As we go, I'll share some key details between each rep and my time for each. Two miles complete, and let's begin. Rep 1, 253. So what I will say right off the bat is that my suspicion is you could probably game this a little bit if you're more conditioned to shorter reps or training for 5 kilometers as a distance, for example. So I guess we can only really even ask the question of whether or not this is accurate if somebody is actively training for a marathon as their main focus. Rep 2, 254. For me today, this is a good session, and were I not filming this video, I'd have been hitting 10 by 1k at threshold pace, which currently is 3:44 per k for me, with 1 minute's rest between efforts. So I must say, this rest feels like a lifetime. Rep 3, 252. Interestingly, I recently beat my watch's race predictor in this video here, and it currently has my marathon estimate at 2:54.14, which seems wildly optimistic. But as with today, we can only truly determine how reliable these predictors' tests are once we've ran the race. So hit subscribe so you don't miss the outcome. .253, rep number 4. Marathons rely heavily on aerobic endurance, whereas this is a bit more of a VO2 max focused session. One of the reasons I'm a little bit skeptical of its reliability. But again, let's get my average reps from today and my marathon time and find out. Rep 5, 251. That was rep 5, wasn't it? Not 4? Yeah. This training block has had some incredibly tough sessions in it, and given that I have trained for and executed a sub 5 minute mile twice before, sessions like this one don't intimidate me quite as much as sustained tempo or sub threshold efforts do. Again, maybe making this test a little bit less specific to my personal strengths and weaknesses, but I am finding this quite tough, so I might end up swallowing my words on that one. Rep 5 plus 1, 251. Yasso's calculation has marathon pace at 87% of 800 meter pace. But some people do believe that the relationship between the numbers is more coincidence than it is reliable. Rep 7, 251. Okay, getting challenging now, so at this point, please let me know in the comments down below if you've ever hit this session before, and if so, how accurate was it for you? Oh wow. Okay, rep 8, 246. Zoom. What's his name? The Cars guy. Thingy Lightning. Lightning McQueen, I was gonna say Grease Lightning. It's completely wrong. Oh, anyway, this is getting challenging now, as is finding any more meaningful points. So, rep number 9. .252. As with any predictor test out with a lab or race setting, please do remember that no test is entirely accurate, but rather just an estimation that we can work from to have more accurate training parameters. Don't ever take a workout like this one, your watch, or an online race calculator's prediction as gospel. Use it as a strategy for further testing and planning, by all means, but don't take it as the be-all and end-all. Rep number 10, 248. Okay, and breathe. Psych! That's the Yasso 800s completed, but for the sake of my own training and arguably a little bit of self-loathing, I'm going to hit 2 more 800-meter reps at full tilt pacing to total just under 10 kilometers of threshold training, as was originally allocated today before I decided to film this video. So let me hit both of them and I'll report back very soon. 45 seconds more of rest. Let's get in the zone. You know what? I'm not going to be a dickhead. I sent that way too hard. I got excited. I was unleashed from the prison that is the Yasso 800s. I'm not going to hit a 12. I'm just going to hit 10 Yasso 800s and 1 very high quality 800-meter rep at 2 minutes and 35 seconds. So let me get my breath back. Although it's coming back, and I'm now thinking, you know what? Don't be a shite bag, just hit the 12. Okay, I'm going to hit the 12, but what we're going to do, I very much positive split that. I'm going to try and consciously negative split this one. Anything under 240 I'll be really, really pleased with. But honestly, anything 245 or quicker is kind of bang on threshold. So in a good place. Really, really pleased that I could hit a 235 high quality 800 after all those reps. I'm waffling now. I should probably just focus on getting my breath back and tell you the outcome of a potentially strategic or catastrophic negative split on this 800 meters. 242, successful negative split. I actually don't know what I went out in the first 400, but second 400 was 114, so a bit silly to be honest. 4 and a bit weeks out, but a bit of fun for the YouTubes and stuff. So like the video, given I'm putting my hamstrings at risk, I'm gonna get my breath back. We'll sit down over there and we'll debrief the Yassos before my cool down. So 1,714 seconds total. I haven't actually saved the file on my watch yet, hence the very rudimentary approach to this rather than the laps on screen, divided by 10. So 171.4 seconds on average, which means a 251.4, which is 24 minutes, give or take, maybe, maths on the fly. 251 something marathon, which I am skeptical of, I must admit. That's been a useful training session, not the most specific thing to do at this point in my marathon prep, but I enjoyed it at the very least. Lovely day as well. How much utility does that have as a marathon predictor? I'm honestly not sure. I'm gonna have to answer that question once I've actually done the marathon itself. Please let me know in the comments down below whether you've had any experience with it. What's interesting is that at 251, it's coming in the ballpark of what my watch predictor is saying as well, albeit a little bit quicker. What I think we can probably all agree on is that given I had some faster reps in me at the end, like I suspected along the way, my conditioning to speed work, 400 meters, 800 meters, 1200 meters, probably lends itself quite well to a good result with this. But racing a test is not gonna actually give you the result in the race that you're looking for. The only thing that matters really is racing the race. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do in 1 month and 3 days time. The Yasso 800s, designed as a way of predicting your marathon, used as a way of predicting your marathon. I'm not so sure, but definitely a tool that you can utilize as part of a bigger puzzle, a bigger ecosystem of things to consider for your marathon race pacing strategy. So don't forget to like the video, comment down below with your thoughts, feelings and or insights. If you've got any experience, please do share it down below, and make sure that you've hit subscribe so you can see the actual result of my marathon coming very soon. I have a 2 mile cool down to do, so if you wouldn't mind, goodbye.